Welcome back to Global Wheel Hub. Today we are diving into one of the most anticipated retro-styled motorcycle revivals in recent memory, the 2026 Kawasaki W650, a machine that blends old-school charm with modern reliability, and brings back a name that still carries weight among classic motorcycle lovers. Kawasaki W650. From the moment you lay eyes on it, this bike doesn't try to be aggressive, futuristic, or overly complicated. Instead, it embraces simplicity, nostalgia, and mechanical honesty. And in a world dominated by high-tech ride raids and sharp-edged designs, the W650 feels like a breath of fresh air. Let's start with the overall philosophy behind this machine. Kawasaki has clearly aimed to revive the spirit of 1960s British twins, but with Japanese engineering precision. The result is a motorcycle that feels timeless rather than trendy. It doesn't scream for attention, but it naturally draws it in. Now moving into design, this is where the 2026 W650 truly shines. The bike carries a long teardrop-shaped fuel tank, polished chrome accents, wire-spoke wheels, and a beautifully simple round headlamp. Everything about it feels intentional and uncluttered. Even the instrument cluster sticks to the basics, featuring twin analog dials that give you just what you need: a speed, revs, and essential indicators. The paint schemes for 2026 are expected to include deep gloss black, heritage green, and a vintage cream option, all paired with subtle gold pinstriping. These colors are not just cosmetic choices, they reinforce the bike's identity as a retro icon. The seat is another highlight. A flat, well-padded bench-style seat gives both rider and passenger a comfortable, upright posture. This is not a sport bike stance, and it doesn't pretend to be. Instead, it encourages relaxed cruising, city rides, and long scenic routes. Moving on to the heart of the machine, the engine is where Kawasaki has kept things beautifully classic. The 2026 W650 is powered by a 675cc air-cooled parallel twin engine. This configuration is designed not for extreme performance, but for character, smoothness, and torque delivery. The engine produces around 50 to 55 horsepower, depending on tuning, with a strong emphasis on low and mid-range torque. That means the bike feels lively in city traffic and relaxed on highways, without ever feeling stressed. The 5-speed gearbox remains deliberately old school, offering long, smooth shifts that match the bike's laid-back personality. There's no aggressive quick shifter or complex ride modes here, just a direct mechanical connection between rider and machine. The exhaust note deserves special mention. It has a deep, rhythmic pulse that feels authentic rather than artificially tuned. It's the kind of sound that makes you want to stay in lower gears just to enjoy the experience a little longer. Now let's talk performance on the road. The 2026 W650 is not built for speed records. Instead, it focuses on balance, control, and rider confidence. The acceleration is smooth and predictable, making it ideal for beginners and experienced riders who want a stress-free ride. In urban environments, the bike feels light and manageable. The upright riding position gives excellent visibility, and the smooth throttle response makes stop-and-go traffic less tiring. On open roads, the W650 cruises comfortably at highway speeds around 100 to 120 km per hour without feeling strained. While it won't compete with modern sport bikes in raw acceleration, it offers something different: a stability and calmness. The suspension setup includes telescopic front forks and twin rear shock absorbers. This classic configuration has been tuned for comfort rather than aggressive cornering. The ride quality is soft enough to absorb bumps and road imperfections, which makes it ideal for long-distance touring on mixed road conditions. Braking performance comes from disc brakes at the front and rear, supported by ABS for safety. The braking feel is progressive rather than sharp, matching the overall character of the bike. It gives the rider confidence without overwhelming them with sudden bite. Handling is another strong point. The steel tubular frame keeps things stable, and the relatively low center of gravity makes it easy to maneuver. Whether you are weaving through city streets or taking relaxed curves on country roads, the W650 responds in a natural, predictable way. Now let's move into technology, or rather the intentional lack of it. The 2026 W650 doesn't overload the rider with screens, ride modes, or electronic intervention. Instead, it focuses on mechanical purity. You get fuel injection for efficiency and reliability, ABS for safety, and a simple lighting system. That's it. And surprisingly, that simplicity is exactly what many riders are looking for in 2026. In an era where motorcycles can feel more like computers on wheels, the W650 brings back the emotional side of riding. Fuel efficiency is another strong advantage. Thanks to its air-cooled engine and lightweight design, the bike delivers approximately 25 to 30 km per liter under mixed riding conditions. This makes it not only stylish but also practical for daily use.